lie down. Lie down. I need my hand, so I can't... Like, I came inside to do this because the people were annoying me. I come inside, and then you guys annoy me. Are you done? Just be patient. It's something you need to learn. Isn't it? Lie down. Good girl. Now stay. Let me finish my video. Don't look at me like that. Making this way longer than it needs to be. Okay. I forgot where I was. So rude. I'll be right back.
What?
Hey boys and girls, so this video, it's gonna be about my Mauserfire. So, inspired 100% by Chris Cartaya's Mauserfire. This is my take on it.
ESKRY, turn that shit up, man.
Mauserfire. Sharpfire is the base. Then we've got a magwell. This particular magwell is from Axel Customs. I've got a video on these, which there'll be a card on one side. I'll put a link as well down below. But this one is one of his universal ones. I don't know if that'll come up on there. It's one of his universal ones, and then I've cut it. There's a little cut in here. There's quite a big cut down here. Or is there? Because that's part of it. Maybe it's just there. But then also you've got to remove bits of this. Then I've used white milliput just to kind of merge it in. Do you mind? Do you? Do you mind? I'll continue. So yeah, white milliput just to kind of blend it in. I've filled in the gap here. This needs to be sanded a bit more. So there was the groove down here that you have. Done it on both sides, just filled it in so it just looks a bit nicer. With the Axel Customs adapters, they release bit is like a whole separate kind of unit thing, and then this screw, you unscrew that, and then you can pull out. If you check out my video on it, it's not the easiest thing, but it's very much possible. Get off my drink! Oi! Get off my drink! Don't hit! So yeah, that's the Axel Customs thingy. And then, no offense, Chris, but your Mauser looks, it's a bit ugly around the kind of this area. So on the Sharpfire, there's this bit actually is kind of coming down here, and then it kind of just kind of continues across, and then I think this bit comes up here, but I cut this off. I've then stuck it in here, a bit more milliput around it. This bit here should be orange, and I put milliput over it to try and blend it in. There you can see where I've sanded down, orange has come through. Excuse me. Looks a bit better on that side. I'm kind of happy with it. Like I say, it needs to be sanded a little more. But yeah, it's all good. I've like kind of filled in like I have this side, just down a bit. Yeah. So then, internally, you may have seen... I'm sorry, dog's distracting me. Cat's going mental somewhere. You may have seen here, 1730 seconds brass. I just wrapped some E-tape around it to friction fit it. And then this end, I think... Did I use super glue this end? I think I used super glue this end. And then I've used a plastic adhesive. It was from either Poundland or Proper Job. It was a pound. But then I've backfilled this side with it once I had it the right length and everything. But you can see here, it's melted the plastic of the actual Nerf barrel. Which is a bit annoying aesthetically, but you know, whatever. It's stuck in there. I flared it slightly on the end as well, and then you've got the inside where I cut a finger straight off the barrel. It goes into the 9/16, I think I've got those the wrong way round, the right way round, sorry. So then, because there's a little bit that sticks, you can see, it just slides over. It helps with the centering of the darts, so they go straight in to the barrel. I've had to flare out, which side did I flare out? Was the, I guess you call it the bolt side? Yeah, the bolt side, of course it's the bolt side. Because I took this to the last war I went, Bristol Blast 34? I'm not sure if that's right, but it was, where are we? September? September's Bristol Blast. I was using it, all sorts of like feeding issues with the darts not quite going in right. Mainly due to the pushing from the bolt, just kind of pushing it into the edges, which was quite frustrating, but when it was working, oh my god, this thing was good. But yeah, so I came back, I flared that out a bit, I've done a little bit of testing, not much. So yeah, originally, I just brassed this, had it with this, the stock spring, and I think it's a stock retaliator spring, it's some form of retaliator spring. I can't remember what numbers it was getting, but then I did this. With this spring, it was getting 80s, 90s, something in that region. I can't remember, did I take it to Bristol Blast with that? I think I took it to Bristol Blast with that. Before I forget, I've also drilled out a hole here, because one thing I've heard Cartaya say is you need as much air going in the back as you do in the front. Something like that. With, which one have I got here? This is, in there at the moment is the 8K turf spring. And with that, I think I'm getting 120s. We'll do a chrono test in a minute. I also have, I love turf springs, 12 kg turf spring, which we're going to try that today, see what happens. I think that's what Cartaya runs in his, and he gets like 180, 190, I believe, maybe 170. I still have the stock. It's in, all good. The Axle Customs adapters are called KT adapters because they take talons and my preferred katanas. Something I found, I'm not sure if this is the, not sure if this is the same for all katana and talon mag adapters, but when you're using the katanas with them, you can slide it down so it clips in. That's clipped in to the talon, the release thing, which then means if you've had any form of feeding issue or firing issue, there's a dart stuck in your barrel or stuck in the bolt, whatever, you can then slide it forward, fire it off, and then prime again, then just tap it back up, and then, oh yeah, because of the follower, and then carry on, which I found very useful, especially when I did the first test, proper test, because I was having so many issues with my feeding at the time. It's always the way, it works fine when you've made it and tweaking it at home. As soon as you get into battle, it starts playing up. But yeah, so it's just an interesting little thing I found, but yeah, so let's Chrony test, I guess. Right, Chrony test. So I've got a katana and a talon loaded. I've got the katana in my hand. Is that gonna, here we go. So I've got three white workers, 3 yellow workers, yeah, 3 ACCs, and then 3 green workers. The ACCs, I'm not totally sure what the difference is between the black and the grey tips, and I can't see what colour tips I have in the katana, but there's 3. Right, so the 8 kilo turf.
looking mad. I know, this is why you don't get the guns, because they get dirty and places in between. Shut up.
So, quick little review of how well you can see that, but it's not too bad, to be honest. I mean, that spring I would definitely use for my 130 wars. Let me just change out the spring and then gather up all these darts as well, and then we'll do it with the 12 kg spring. Pause this. There aren't really any mod guides for a Mauserfire. I've got pictures on my Instagram which could be helpful for you if you want to build one. Like I say, check Chris Cartaya's YouTube channel, because he has a lot of videos on the Mauserfire. I mean, he's the one that essentially created it. Look for the one on his Rev 2. I think it's like a breakdown of it. I'll link his channel, I'll link that video, and maybe one or two others of his that I found useful when I was building. I mean, really, ow, what is that? I just stood on something. Really, it's just getting the cuts. You get the cuts to fit the mag well in. You get the barrel in and all set up with the pusher, and that's pretty much it. I mean, the difficult bit is lining it up and getting it straight. Like I said, this I'm most proud of. Out of all the mods that I've done, like this one is the one I'm most proud of. Because the other mods I've done are pretty much just dropping kits in, really, if I think about it. Long shot, yeah. That, yeah. That's, yeah, I'm really proud of it, and hopefully it's going to become one of my favourite blasters to use, as well as my favourite blaster that I've created, I guess. So, like the video, comment, any questions, if you just want to give some banter, whatever, comment, subscribe to my channel, ring my bell, because I don't know when I'm going to next be posting. I'm trying to do a video every month, but I can't guarantee it. I don't even know if this is going to be out in November. It might be out in early December. So yeah, ring the bell, look out for more videos, follow me on Instagram, links for stuff that I've mentioned through the video, Magwell videos, in the description, and that's that. I've managed to go through this whole video without mentioning the spamp, or comparing this to the spamp. That's pretty impressive. I should probably maybe say a little bit about it. And the spamp is obviously Falcon Fire version of this, but Gavin Fuzzy's obviously had to create the barrel. There's loads of videos about spamps. Lots of people have them. In fact, I think Gavin's struggling to keep up with the demand, or he was. Yeah. What's better, this or a spamp? I don't know. I mean, when I took this to Bristol Blast, when I did its proper battle test, who is it? James used a spamp. I know Pete's got one. Dave never really goes to Bristol Blast, because, you know, it's Dave. I think they're the only ones with spamps. But yeah. Because of my feeding issues, James was whipping me when we came up against each other. But that's the only reason. That time. Now that I've fiddled with it, you can see. But yeah, if you don't want to do all this work, get a Falcon Fire, hit up Gavin Fuzzy's Etsy, and get a spamp. Ring my bell, like, comment, subscribe. It'll cheer her up.